Let's get into a topic that I'm sure is going to resonate with a lot of our audience, which is, how do you sell security when the budget is less than optimal? Now, you're a CISO at mid-range fintech. You've got around 60 odd people involved. You're competing against the likes of companies such as Wise and Revolut. And, for example, let's say your board says to you, we need a robust security posture, but we can't really afford it. Now, in real terms, that's not really a negotiation of any type. That's kind of an out-and-out rejection. So, when budgets are tight, and that is the reality for a lot of businesses out there, more and more over the last few years. What are the key principles that actually work when you're convincing leadership and the board to invest in cyber and risk reduction?
I think the risk aspect and the impact is just there. I mean, moving away from the low, medium, and high type of kind of risk matrix, it's really trying to translate that into money. How much that would cost, for example, to have such a breach, and how much it would cost to put controls in place to prevent that. So to save money, it's very difficult to have that kind of, or demonstrate the return on investment when it's a good thing when nothing happens in terms of security, but it's really bringing that to the risk and the impact that we're trying to save on there. And I think also it's understanding what's acceptable, what we can afford. We can't afford that tool for security. Okay, fair enough. What can we afford in the security budget or in the company budget? Like if something happens on there, how much can we afford on that? That's a big item on there. It's not just about the budget on here. It's really what's being affordable. What's your risk appetite to some exposure on there? And if it's too high, too expensive, then the business says, no, we're not willing to pay for that. Or, okay, we're willing to accept that risk and that potential exposure that we have on there. It's handing the decision to the executive team at the end, or the board, both of them, I think, at the end of the day. But it's really saying, if we don't do that, that's the cost of doing nothing. And that's the cost of protecting us.